my name's Lisa. Welcome to the channel. Today, I'm going to turn this into this. So all the water shoots from here to here, and it makes a huge muddy mess. So that's what I'm trying really hard to fix. I've never done this before. Not really sure what I'm doing. First thing I'm going to do is move all of these rocks out of the way, and I'm going to build a stream that leads to here. I've never done this before. Not really sure what I'm doing. Well, I am at it again. This is pond number 3, in case if you're keeping count. But this pond, I'm hoping, will serve an actual purpose and not just look pretty. I mean, I hope it looks pretty, but it needs to serve a purpose as well. I need to redirect water. I need to redirect the rainwater that comes down to the front of the house, as well as the water that collects in my basement. My sump pump pumps it out now, and that, along with my rainwater, goes over into my driveway, creates a huge muddy mess, and is attracting those little very annoying black gnats, and they are driving me crazy. So I want to, like I said, I want to build a little stream and have the water flow into a pond. I'm going to take this black pond mold out, and I'm going to put a liner in. I'm hoping it'll work. I don't know. I've never done this before, so I'm just kind of winging it. When I decided to do this little project, it was in my head. I really kind of skirted around it with Vincent. I told him what I wanted to do, and I kind of made it sound a little more simpler than what it actually is. And he just said, okay, be careful, don't get sick because it's going to be hot. And man, was it hot. It was like 9 o'clock in the morning, and it was already like 81 degrees out. And yeah, I did not account for that when I came up with this idea. Nor did I account for the huge rocks that I was going to have to be moving. This is just one of a few. Nor did I think about how labor intensive it was going to be to move 7 trillion tons of river stone out of the way to build the stream. Yeah, I didn't really think of any of that. But if you don't know by now, you'll learn that when I have something in my head and I want to get it done, I will do everything I can to make sure that it gets done. This was a little labor intensive, a little more than what I had bargained for, but it wasn't impossible. Not really. Now, this pond ended up having 4 frogs in it. See the little frog? They weren't toads, they were frogs. And I needed to move this pond mold, but I didn't want them to hop away because I wanted to move them to my berry patch pond, the last pond that we just put in. So I didn't want to take all of the water out, but it was pretty heavy. The grandkids love to throw rocks in there, so I had some really big rocks in there as well. So I just took out as much water as I needed to in order to lift this mold out. At first, I wasn't sure if it was just heavy or if it was stuck. I think it was a little of both. I think it might have been a little stuck and a little heavy. Oh, there goes a frog. Oh, there goes a frog. Sorry, frog. Yeah, so one of the frogs jumped out. I ended up catching him later on, though, and I got him back into the pond over there, so that was okay. You see it? What is it? It's a ginormous black spider. You. That's why I be wearing gloves. You see it? What is it? It's a ginormous black spider. You. That's why I be wearing gloves. Now, what I want to do is build a hill back there, because I need everything to kind of run at a slope. So we're going to take this dirt, put it back here. I've never done this before. Not really sure what I'm doing. Come on, come on, come on. You're out. Whew. So I'm trying to keep everything at a tilt, at least a little bit, so that the water will naturally flow down into my pond. And all I've done so far is just break up the dirt. Um, and I'm planning on, I'm going to try to have sort of a waterfall effect right here. That way, when it comes out of the rain spout, it'll just kind of, you know. So I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, that's the plan. We'll see how it goes, though. I've never done this before. Not really sure what I'm doing. Uh, but we'll figure it out as we go. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now. I just broke up the trench, kind of filled in the hole where I pulled the rock out of, and trying to, like I said, make sure that this end is higher, this end is lower. So yeah, that's where we're at. When we first moved into the house, this area that I'm working in now was just full of bushes. It just looked like a little tiny jungle. And the house was full of those nasty black spiders. And so is this area. So we really had to clean it up. But again, we were on a limited budget. And so we just kind of had to use what we had. And that was almost 8 years ago. And so we've just slowly been surely working on the house and trying to get it to look more and more, I guess, the way that we would like for it to look, and also to get it to be a little bit more functional. I'll show you a picture of what it looked like when we first moved in. So yeah, as you can see, that was a pretty big mess. So we just kind of used what we had on hand and, cleaned up the area. And now it's just kind of time to start making things a little bit more intentional. We need things to be functional, but we also need things to be a little bit more intentional as well. Yeah. Funny.
Where'd you come from?
Really?
I heard you got that on
I
video.
do.
Come on, Benny. Come on, get in the house. That's really funny.
Good girl.
Uh-oh, it's done.
So if you remember, I said that I didn't really tell Vincent exactly what my plan was, just kind of the idea. When he came home, he told me that I dug my trench way too deep, that it wasn't level, and so now he had to fix it. So that's what he's doing now. He's making sure that the slope is level. He said I need more dirt, so we're adding a little bit more dirt and a sort of retaining wall. He is going to cut the pond liner for me. Part of it is going to be for the stream, and part of it will be for the pond. I felt kind of bad, and he felt bad too because he knew I had worked all day on it, and it was just so hot out. But it needed to be done right. And we also reshaped the inside of the little pond area as well. And then we got the liner in. And since neither one of us had ever done anything like this before, I had to Google it. And Google said that you should fill it with water. And as it's filling, kind of pull out all of the wrinkles and straighten it up. So that's what we did. We filled it with the water hose, and just kind of sat there and took a break for a minute and let it kind of fill up and pulled it as straight as we could. It was kind of still a weird shape, even though we had redug it, but it was still a weird shape. So it's wrinkledy. It just is. There's nothing we can do about it. And once we got it full, we trimmed it down to size a little better. And as you can see, Vincent's fixing it all up. He had no idea this was what I was going to do. So he was rather quite surprised when he got home. And what he told me is that I need to build up the dirt around it, not dig it out, but kind of build walls around the stream. Because I don't want like the rainwater to overflow or anything like that and make a huge big mess. So That's what I'm working on. Now, this time it's probably about 8 o'clock at night. And so I've done been working on this thing for like 12 hours, roughly 10, 12 hours. I'm hot, I'm tired, I'm hungry. I just want to hurry up and get it done. So we're just kind of rushing through everything. And the and everything's just getting dirty from all of the mud. But it's okay. I keep thinking to myself, I'm just gonna get this really main part done tonight. And then the next day when I come out, all I have to do is just make it pretty. So I just kind of pushed through, and even though I really didn't want to work on it anymore, I was done. It didn't matter. I needed to get it done. So I just kept going. And you're going to see Vincent's going to rearrange my rocks. He's good at it. He just is. He's just got an eye for that kind of stuff. And like I said, I was so tired. I just was just over it. So he fixed it up, made it look really, really pretty. And we gathered up all of the smaller big rocks, and now he's going to give the pond a wet run or dry run or whatever you want to call it, and make sure that the pump works and that everything is going to flow correctly.
I'm talking about you can empty a little bit and have a fall, but once the rain comes, it's gonna rise up to wherever we break it off there, which we're gonna have to. Otherwise, the rain's gonna come up and flood the whole fucking thing.
So now it's the next day. It's early again. It's probably like 8:30 in the morning. And it's another scorcher. But today all I have to do is just build up the walls along the stream part of it. And it's pretty simple, even though again I don't really know what I'm doing. But it's starting to work out. I see it coming together. It's looking more and more like the vision I had in my head. I just want to tell you that I got this liner and I got the pump both from Amazon, and I will have them linked down in the description below. The pump is 25 watts and it does 400 gallons of water per hour. And it's pretty nice. And this liner is pretty nice as well. So, if you would be interested, I'll leave the links down there. A lot of times people ask me where I get stuff from. So I'm just going to start leaving links when I can. So anyway, I'm gonna start putting everything back, cleaning everything up, getting these rocks up, sidewalk swept off. So this project wasn't a very hard project per se, very time consuming. I learned a lot. I really did. I got a little frustrated quite a few times, but I still learned a lot, and that's, important. Um, the one thing I learned for sure is I don't want to do this again. But if I do, I have a better idea of how to work with slopes and angles and all that kind of stuff. So that's good. That's good. I'm happy. So I'm just going to finish cleaning up these rocks and go from there. So even though might sound kind of tired and discouraged, I really did learn a lot about laying this. And I'm really happy I did it. And it's something I've been wanting to do for a long time. And I'm glad I finally got it done, no matter how hard it was. When Vincent came home from work, he brought home some white gravel. We wanted the bottom of the stream bed to kind of stand out a little bit. We didn't want it to blend in with the rest of the stones. And I think the white it looks really nice. It just kind of sets it apart a little bit. Now, we didn't rinse them off before we put it in. I don't know why. I think we're both just hot and tired and just kind of over the project. Got him? And see, here's where we're saving the frogs. It's just one of them. And we're putting it in the big berry patch pond. And we took off. Yeah, well, we ended up moving all four of them back there. You can check that video out on my members page if you're interested. But here's what the pond looked like. If you enjoyed my content today, maybe just give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see some more of it, just hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Thanks a lot for watching and hanging out with me on this blistering hot summer day. And I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.